Hey, wanted to cover some gaming content. I think for my first gaming video here, really what I want to cover is one of my favorite games I've been playing for the last 10 years. That's Destiny 2. I know this game has a hate-love relationship depending on, who you're probably talking to and, I mean, unless you're talking to perhaps a famous streamer about it, but most of, the clans and friends I've been, a part of over the years and friends I've had over the years playing this game, there's many great things this game does, but there's also many not so great things this game also does. But with that being said, the build that I'm going to kind of showcase and what I wanted to do a playthrough of is this new hunter build where primarily I'm just kind of going around and doing grenade spam with the Mothkeeper's wraps. What this does is kind of replace your grenade with the new, I think from the Witch Queen DLC, the exploding moth effect. So you basically have one that'll go and seek out and do blinding, and one that'll give an overshield, and it's based on proximity, which is really cool. So I think if I understand how this works correctly, you can put one down in between an enemy and a ally on your team, and you will give an overshield to the ally, and you will blind the enemy. And then if it's just enemies, it'll just be two blinding, and if it's just allies, it would be two overshields. And then there's also a unique, kind of, I guess, symbiotic relationship between these two. This exotic weapon, this grenade launcher extra Diris, and then that exotic armor piece, where I think it spawns maybe more moths on the grenade kills from this gun. I'm not quite too sure. But then I'm going to just kind of use a kept confidence. We're kind of playing into from the subclass, this Widow Silk here, which, oh, this is pretty neat because with this exotic and this aspect, I end up getting 3 grenades, so 3 charges of those moths. And then this here helps me have the Beyblades, more damage from the tangles. Um, Marksman's dodge, triple jump. We only have the one melee, and then the grapple for the quicker cooldowns. Although I think that this exotic kind of replaces that cooldown with its own cooldown. Um, Activating your grenade, just more reload, more mobility. These two here kind of get into a looping effect where you pick up an orb of power, you get weapon mail. When you have weapon mail, weapon final blows create that tangle. Again, more damage from the tangles, and then just grenade energy. So yeah, don't think this will be a meta-defining build, but let's take it into maybe some eternity. Yeah. But yeah, really excited to do some more gaming videos on this channel. I think, I might end up using some of the I'm definitely not just going to be strictly making videos on Destiny 2. I really am kind of in a bit of a burnout stage with this game. I've played it so much, and right now we're actually in a very long, there's been some changes at Bungie, and I think some layoffs here recently, and so we're gonna have a very long dry spell. We're not getting a whole heck of a lot of content. I think typically around this time we would be seeing a major expansion being released, but I don't think it's coming out until about June or May actually this time. But yeah, playing this game, maybe playing through some old story mode games. I think wouldn't mind jumping through Starfield, and I know that game didn't get a lot of love, but I found it to be kind of fun in certain missions, and um, I kind of think I broke my game at one point because I kept mining resources, and then I knew the instance of the level wasn't loading right, which is interesting to go back and look at that, with how some of those rocks were placed and what I remember happening in my game and the Unreal content, and seeing how some of that gets those meshes get
The
placed around
Immaculate
that map.
Horse asked
So
paracausal
it'd be interesting to learn a
entities
little bit more
to
about why
name
that is,
their
and
favorite
why that glitch
contestants.
actually kind of took place.
Survey
I know I've
says
got the Hogwarts game. Wouldn't mind doing
guardians
a playthrough of
on
that. Definitely Elden
tonight's
Ring, and I'm
Dares
sure there's
of
some other games we could
Eternity.
find. You'll have to let me know in the comments if the actual game's audio is a little too loud, in comparison to my audio. I know I'm playing around with some of those settings to see what is the appropriate volume. I always thought this, call it a mini DLC, I guess, but this content was so cool when it came out. banners. That's unfortunate. Oh, thanks.
Let us welcome our newest contestants, the Taken.
Oof, didn't mean to do that. Killed myself with my own gun. Come over here and shoot some of these guys. Oh, that's my teammate. What am I doing? Now there's not like a friendly fire in Destiny.
More foes pour into this realm at the behest of the ageless horse.
Yeah, it's almost like it changes the moth or the gun's final kill to be exactly what my exotic weapon does, which is interesting. And if that void moth gets back to you, even if you shoot him up close with this, you immediately get an overshield, which is nice.
It is time for our preposterous obstacle course.
YOLO.
Have you all signed your liability waivers?
Oh, did I make it? Dang it. No, I didn't. That was close, though. So there's a way that you can kind of wait until and kind of time it just right. Oh.
From a churning pool of radiolaria come the Vex.
Oh. Got a little too greedy with that one. I think this pairing is so neat, though. Definitely more ad control.
The horse wishes to witness further combat.
This was really one of the best six-man activities. If you're watching this, let me know whatever your favorite activity. I know we've had a lot. It's kind of the seasonal content over the years. It's funny to think back when we didn't even have the actual activities. What do you think was your all-time favorite? I know a lot of people is they like the menagerie. That was cool. Remember there was that bug in the beginning we could run back and forth and it just kind of duplicate your loot. Not duplicate, kind of reset the instance. Getting all the best gear. How's my hunter's drip?
Choose the door hiding your final opponent, and the horse shall reward you.
It's funny, I remember at one point playing this game when there wasn't any of this appearance customization. You would have to choose between all of your available armor pieces, which one looked the best, and trying to kind of balance that against the actual power level or stats that were on that piece of gear. Now it's not even an issue anymore. Oh, come on. Jesus. Like... Made it.
Infinite Steed places timeless Vex before you. See you on the other side.
Should have seen that coming.
Now, let us see what treasures will be taking hold.
Sweet. Well, tell me how you like the
Yes,
build in the bottom. I'm
vault
sure
of
this
the
isn't a
Paraverse
in-game build by
needs
no means, but
gems.
fun nonetheless.
And so
Thanks
are
for
we,
watching.
right here on Dares of Eternity.